Along the Tatanka Bluffs corridor of the upper Minnesota River, young women are training for one of the most strenuous outdoor sports in the country. The endurance riders and their horses take on challenging trails. Some are 100 miles long. The young equestrian riders coach is Sarah Moss, who owns the Fort Ridgely Equestrian Center. Sarah and daughter Dana Gassner offer horse boarding, riding lessons, and guided trail rides at nearby Fort Ridgely State Park. But 15 years ago, they went a step above a typical stable and started endurance riding. They are inspiring young women to join them on the trail.
We're just really fortunate to have these trails that are just beautiful for conditioning because we can get some hills in. We have the prairies where we can really pick up some speed, and we can do it without trailering our horses anywhere.
Last year, young riders Grace Steffel and Cassidy Weedhoff joined Sarah and Dana on the most strenuous endurance ride in the country, the Tevis Cup in California. The 100-mile trail must be completed in 24 hours, and only about half make it to the finish line.
For about 3 years training, getting our horses in shape, slowly building them up and building ourselves up for the longer distances as well. I started doing endurance when I was about 12, 13 years old, and just ever since Sarah and Dana went out to Tevis, it's just kind of been a dream of mine as well.
The long trail goes from deep valleys with sweltering temperatures to snow-topped mountains.
Come on, you have to keep moving, bud. Wow, this is high. Oh my goodness, I have no brakes right now.
13-year-old Emma Christofferson came along to help crew one of the 17 veterinary stations set up along the trail.
How's the ride going?
Great, thank you.
Awesome. 60 and 46.
The health of each horse is carefully monitored to make sure they are fit enough to continue. Dana, Grace, and Cassie completed about half the trail. Personal triumphs for them and their horses.
Just getting to 50 miles was amazing.
Sarah and her horse Opie finished in just under 24 hours, even with an unexpected twist at the end.
He did something which was pretty abnormal, but maybe normal for him because he's kind of crazy. He did a somersault 7 miles before the end of the ride, and he still was able to finish with all A's for his vet scores.
That crazy energy and drive to compete is typical of Arabians, the most popular breed for endurance riding. Sarah's Arabian is crossed with Appaloosa, another tough breed. Her more sedate horses are employed in riding lessons and trail rides. The Tevis Cup is the pinnacle event for endurance riders who need at least 3 years to prepare.
Easy.
Sarah and the young women she mentors train by entering other 25 to 100-mile endurance rides throughout Minnesota and in Montana, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. In September, they host their own endurance event at Fort Ridgely called Run for the Ridge that draws riders from the upper Midwest and Canada.
You put a lot of time and effort, and sometimes we don't always finish, but it's just still good. It's a good challenge. And I love being outdoors, so exploring all the different state parks and seeing all the different places you wouldn't normally see if you didn't have a horse or riding horseback is just really cool to see all the different trails.
The riders train with their horses at least 2 to 3 times a week. By the time they do a long-distance endurance ride, they are in peak condition.
So the ride today was a little interesting because the last ride that we did was pretty fast and he was feeling very, very good. I'm glad that I had my gloves on because he was pulling on me pretty hard.
One of the things that we do with the horses when we're done is to trot them out to make sure that they're still sound and healthy and happy doing what they're doing. And then we take their pulse. And if they don't have a recovery pulse, if it stays too high, then we know that we're working them a little bit too hard. And so it kind of gives us an indication of how much more we can let them do, because these guys want it. They were pulling on us the whole way today. They just want to keep going faster and faster. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes we don't want them to overwork themselves. It's really fun to have that partnership because we like to compete too. And to be able to compete with them and enjoy those trails together is just wonderful.
The Upper Midwest Endurance and Rides Association has several hundred members. The vast majority are women. Dana believes it's because most ride just to finish and don't care about winning.
Anybody can do it. So there's no discrimination as far as, oh, you know, you don't know this, oh, you can't do it. And so there's always room to improve though too at the same time, and you're also competing against yourself. The endurance community as a whole, they don't go to get first place every ride. So the physical aspect of it, and that is the priority of riders, is one of the things that I absolutely love about our group.
We're really excited about bringing the young students into the sport because the actual average age of our endurance riders is about 55, and it is advancing every year. And we have people that are riding well into their 70s because it's a sport they can do and stay fit. It's a lifetime fitness thing, and you don't have to find a whole bunch of people to go out there and do it. You can do it by yourself, or you can do it with friends.
They really learn confidence because they're managing, they're controlling a 1,000-pound animal, you know, and at speed, you know. And so it's really a confidence builder for the kids to do this. I can't think of a better sport.